Welcome to this week's Movie Math, where American Sniper continues to find itself in the eye of a storm, cleaning up at the box office, but while the United States and the world clashes over what the film stands for. For Warner Brothers, the answer is easy. It stands for one of the studio's biggest hits of all time and evidence of a brilliant marketing campaign that targeted the military, including veterans, their families, and people who are hungry for an opportunity to embrace a positive message about their country and those who put their lives on the line to serve it. Others, though, feel that it's irresponsible for American Sniper not to present a full and accurate picture of Chris Kyle, a far more human and complicated man than the almost mythological soldier Bradley Cooper portrays. It's a conversation even being echoed in Iraq, where the film is not playing in Baghdad but is doing quite well in the northern region that was liberated by American forces. And in a true sign of capitalism, the theater chain that decided not to play it in Baghdad is the one delivering American Sniper to audiences in the north. As detractors try to dig up concrete evidence that Kyle isn't worthy of the title hero, right now his supporters are clearly winning, as American Sniper is on the fast track to become the most successful war film of all time. In just 2 weeks of wide release, it sailed past the 200 million mark domestically. Ironically, the controversy over the film is clearly piquing additional audience interest. I saw at least one of you tweet me directly that maybe, with all this talk in box office, this was a movie you needed to see for yourself. It's already past Pearl Harbor and is closing in on Saving Private Ryan. And even accounting for inflation at this pace, the Clint Eastwood-Bradley Cooper pick dropped just 28% in its second weekend. The industry expects American Sniper to surpass what Saving Private Ryan would have made in today's dollars, $300 million. That would make it the seventh Warner Brothers film to pass the $300 million mark, an honor so far only achieved by Batman, Harry Potter, and the first Hobbit flick. What factor these box office numbers will have on the Oscars, though, remains to be seen. The Academy clearly liked it enough to give American Sniper 6 Oscar nominations, including Best Picture. And with this kind of audience turnout, a number of people tuning in on Oscar night will obviously be rooting for American Sniper as well. Yet the negative backlash to the film's success, particularly in Hollywood, could create enough peer pressure to keep members from voting for any wins for American Sniper. That, though, could create a huge Hollywood backlash in Middle America, right before the big spring and summer movie season where those ticket sales are needed. Tough choices indeed. In contrast, a movie about a high school teacher sleeping with one of her students seemed like light, uncontroversial fare. And hey, he was 20 and just held back, okay? Jennifer Lopez is surely thankful she didn't hold back for her steamy sex scene, and she and Ryan Guzman generated enough heat for a second-place debut, not to mention the duo dominated social media all weekend long. This is Lopez's best box office open since Monster-in-Law back in 2005, and another hit for horror producer Jason Blum. Even as he expands beyond the horror genre, Blum is still cleverly producing guilty pleasures on the cheap. The Boy Next Door was made for just $4 million, that are therefore easily profitable. Blum also has a good eye for talent, as Guzman will play the love interest in Blum's upcoming Gem and the Holograms later this year. Yes, that film suddenly just got another strong selling point. As for the weekend's other new releases, it appears both George Lucas and Johnny Depp's reputations have finally overtaken them professionally. Lucas's name clearly can't sell anything anymore, and it didn't help he spent all his time promoting Strange Magic by talking about Star Wars as if it was an ex-girlfriend. With Depp, Mortdecai is his fourth box office flop in a row, fifth flop if you're talking creatively. And while foreign box office has saved him in the past, even the international market seems to have grown weary of Depp's mustachioed hijinks. It will be interesting to see if the upcoming Pirates and Alice sequels will be immune or if he'll drag those tentpoles down with him. He might be able to repair his reputation somewhat with his Whitey Bulger pick later this year, but once again he's buried under a ton of makeup. Perhaps co-star Benedict Cumberbatch will help convince audiences to give Depp a third chance anyway. As for the holdovers, two British flicks kept a stiff upper lip in the face of the American Sniper juggernaut, with both Paddington and The Imitation Game demonstrating excellent holds. Taken 3 and The Wedding Ringer were not so lucky, with the latter now looking to be a bit of a backtrack for Kevin Hart. Hopefully his efforts to expand his appeal will fare better with Will Ferrell in Get Hard this March. In the specialty market, Cake, minus any Oscar noms, did little business in just under 500 theaters, while Jude Law's Black Sea had an equally unimpressive debut. But even more embarrassing was the debut for Anne Hathaway's new pick song, One. She might have won the Oscar, but the hit her likability factor took to do so might be tough, if not impossible, to recover from. She might have to do another romantic comedy, or go crawling back on her knees to Gary Marshall for a third Princess Diaries movie. Maybe she and Hilary Swank can start some kind of support group for actresses who shouldn't have trash-talked the work that made them beloved by audiences. Finally, forget President Snow, as Katniss once again managed to top Kevin Feige. Yes, Mockingjay Part 1 has just edged past Guardians of the Galaxy to be the top domestic box office performer for the year, just as Catching Fire edged out Iron Man 3 in 2013. Should Avengers 2 fear Mockingjay Part 2? As for this coming weekend, Project Almanac should easily best fellow new releases White and The Loft, yet American Sniper will likely hold on to the top spot for a third week in a row. And that's the weekend box office. I'm Grace Randolph, and we just did some movie math. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope we'll go beyond the trailer for these other top movies.